watched the last administration gaslight people on the pandemic, gaslight people on censorship, gaslight people on Afghanistan, have disastrous pullouts of places like Afghanistan, get us into endless wars in Ukraine, spend all taxpayer money in Ukraine while Maui people were drowning, had a guy who was completely not in charge and out to lunch in Joe Biden, not controlling the country at all, despite the fact that he was elected. It was sinister, it was wrong, and it was called out for years, as it should have been by many people in independent media. You have to call balls and strikes. For very different reasons, I am seeing sinister patterns everywhere from this guy in this administration. We all know Donald Trump's always said bullshit and he's a fighter and he punches people publicly. I don't get as worked up about that stuff, but to see him so specifically dig in on this particular issue, where there are American lives at stake, by the way. I mean, I shouldn't have to say that, but we're talking about war, and it's actually, as bad as that is, like, it's the 10th order effects of this are insane, and it was all a mistake. And we're going to talk about some of the evidence that came out there this week about why this never should have fucking happened. But like, to watch him try to gaslight people to the extent that he has now consistently done it, specifically over the past 7-8 weeks, but I would argue since mid 2025, beginning with the Epstein stuff, is terrible. And people who supported Trump, and I get why people did, I totally get it. People who supported him based on what they told him. And they had seen him in office once. Obviously, COVID was a whole fucking thing. But before that, it was very chaotic. But the lights were on. The sun came up. Foreign policy wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. You know, the economy was doing okay. Like, he wasn't the guy that in 2015, they're like, you can't give this guy the nuclear football. People were kind of like, all right, he's blustery. They got sick of him at the end. Enough people did because of COVID and all that shit and some of his style. But once they saw how a lot of Americans saw how bad Biden was and how sinister that administration was, they were like, you know what? He didn't blow things up the first time around. Now he's saying some nice things on the campaign trail. Some of it he might not be lying about. He proved in the past there were certain things he wasn't lying about when he got into office, so we'll give him a try. And he's giving the appearance now, and in straight up action, showing that he lied about many things that he put on the fucking campaign trail, not the least of which is this war. So to see him gaslight people and tell them that this is what MAGA is, and I'm the cult leader of it, and you have to listen to me, it's like people thought they were getting Jon Snow and they got Mad King Aerys Targaryen.